Test 1 2. Okay, I just woke up. I saw this trailer. We Will Dance Again. Um, I just want to talk about it a bit and why I think it's horrible. Um, this is gonna be like highly unedited, but first big thing is like it's not showing both sides or like what led up to October 7th. Years and years and years and years of oppression and them trying to take over Palestine and constant fighting between them, and it's always Israel's either starting something or they're just doing something. It's always their fault every single time, basically. And they're trying to take over Palestine so that way they can have it to themselves, just like how they said in the 1900s. I forgot the exact date, 1930 something, 1940 something, when they signed the solution that would help split the country. Even though I don't agree with that at all, I think it's Palestine's, they should have it. Split it in Israel's favor. They still said recently that, or in the past year, that they did not think about actually following through with that. Like they were going to take it over from the very beginning. But with this trailer, there's a lot of whitewashing, and there's a lot of they're trying to show, because most of the time, like for example, a show like Dahmer, about Jeffrey Dahmer, had the same issue, where they have to have a quote unquote villain, so that way the people watching can feel more invested, and because this is a documentary, they can't state the facts about, oh, Hamas did this, Hamas did that, and then Israel did this, Israel did that, Israel shot civilians, their own civilians, and they've been oppressing them for years, so Hamas needs to fight back because, they've been oppressed for fucking years, and, that's how it is. And their decision is to dehumanize the Palestinian people, not directly by saying it, but indirectly through how they phrase certain pieces of dialogue in the trailer. Like, there was one of this fucking white guy, this cracker, is like fucking the least Arab I've ever seen, and he's like pretending to be, a part of that group to take over Palestine like a fucking dog. He was like the Palestinian. I saw Hamas, because Hamas. I saw the Hamas people, and they were doing this, and he was smiling. But it's like, I understand you want like drama for the trailer, but it's very dehumanizing to the Palestinian people, and not only that, but the Israelis and people siding with Israel, like the fucking dogs they are. They're gonna use this as fire and ammunition to attack more Palestinian people. And it's funny because it's like there's so many things to make documentaries about. How long they've been taking over, what Israel has done. How the Palestinian people have been oppressed. Even now, Lebanon, my country, has been fucked up by Israel. And a lot of people like to say, oh yeah, because Hezbollah, they did this, they did that. But if you really think about it, it's like a lot of the times Israel's either starting shit, like for example, they started our war in the border to take over Lebanon, and there's a lot of shit surrounding that. And like, not to go off topic, but just the trailer is really fucking bad. Like a lot of the time, it's so stupid. Like I understand they're trying to make it seem like, oh, we want people to be attached, so I'm never gonna see my daughter again, or like I don't want them to bury my daughter. These people had lives ahead of them. But at the same time, it's like you could do the same thing for Palestine. And I think it would be even worse. Or like Lebanon, I think it'd be even worse. Because while these white people, these like fucking, like they're whitewashing Israel to make it seem like, oh yeah, Americans side with them, they're not like Arabs, they're not like fucking primitive, like how they've done before. And I think they do that a lot by showing, like, for example, there's one white guy with long hair, he was like the Hamas guy. Fucking dipshit. He was in the trailer a lot, and he was talking, my life changed after October 7th. Yeah, but like, since like the fucking forever, the fuck Israel has taken over Palestine, has been trying to take over Palestine, has been doing shit to do so, and has been constantly butting heads, and then they just wanted an excuse to fully like get people to side with them, like the US, to fund them even more than they do now. So when October 7th happened, they're like, oh, look, see guys, Palestine bad because they're doing this. And it's like, no, you're forgetting about like years and years and years and years and years and years and years of oppression, and them trying to take over. It's really stupid. It doesn't show the full story. It doesn't take any of the sides from the Palestinians and what they're thinking. It's a very Israeli forward and biased piece of media, which is fucking disgusting, especially in something like this. And the second point that I want to make is that it was made by an Israeli, or I googled it, and it was made by an Israeli director. I forgot his name because he's like fucking irrelevant. But it's made by an Israeli director, and when you look at the IMDb reviews, like you look at, let's say, like the US or the UK, it's like, sure, most of them are catered towards 10, but a lot of them, like let's say 3/4 are catered towards like 1 star on IMDb. But then you look at Israel and it's like all of them are on like 10 or 9, like 2 are on 9 and like the rest are on 10. And it just shows like that just is obvious proof that, like, obviously when it's related to Israel, they're going to be biased. Like, it's such a fact, because like, yeah, if you're making it about your country, it is a fact, but like these people, they just like refuse to do their own research, and they refuse to do this and they refuse to do that. It's like, it's fucking like they're inept. They can't just Google shit. Or they can't just fucking like look at this and they can be like, maybe this is wrong. Like, we're bombing these people, these poor Arab children. It's so fucking stupid. And then the third thing is the fact that because it's on Paramount Plus, which I don't actually know the prices for Paramount Plus, but because it's a subscription service, and because this won awards at some fucking jack-off film festival, this is going to get a lot of eyes on it. And a lot of eyes means a lot of subscription services, which means a lot of money. And the problem with that is that just means that you're profiting off of genocide, and that's a big issue. Because you're profiting. It's like what happened with Jeffrey Dahmer, the Dahmer situation. They were profiting off of, like how do I phrase it? Like idolizing, basically. A lot of the scenes looked like they were idolizing, which was very creepy. And they do the same with this, like Hamas smiling at me and shit like that, like dehumanizing these people, and they're profiting off of that, which is disgusting. And it's like, even in some alternate dimension where they decided, you know what, we want to be normal people and we're going to make it about Palestine and show like their oppression and why this happened. But obviously they're not going to do it because they're pieces of shit and they're human scum. And let's say they wanted to do that, and they're like, okay, we're going to upload on Paramount Plus. And then they're like, okay, we're going to keep all the revenue that we make from it. In my opinion, that's still bad. That's still horrible, because that means you're just profiting off of a genocide. You should be donating this to the victims. You should be donating this to the effort to keep people healthy and healed and eat, fed, and like not thirsty, not famished, anything like that. Sorry, I can't think of anything to really say about to give shit, because I just woke up, so I'm trying to think about what I'm saying, and I can't think of any big words. But it's just disgusting behavior, and yeah, I really fucking hate this shit. This is not like any of the other videos I've made, but this really has to come out. This shit is gross. These people are fucking disgusting. Free Palestine, free Lebanon, fuck the Zionists, and yeah, fuck Israel.